Hi everyone, welcome to the Midnight Sound podcast. I'm your host Sakina, as usual, and we are here on the little corner of the internet, of YouTube, of whatever, debating, or it's not even a debate, it's just me just chatting about the stuff that I find interesting or worth discussing, you know? Welcome here if you are new or not so new, if you're used to this voice, whatever. I really highly appreciate any engagement of this podcast around this podcast because apparently the algorithm does not is not keen on my podcast at all because it does not how do I say it does not display it to the new or bigger audiences at all. I don't know, whatever the threshold that is left for me to cross that line, but I feel like this podcast deserves a bit better. Not a bit, but a lot better than what the YouTube algorithm is serving for it as of now. But that's just something that pretty much all of the small content creators face. Therefore, I'm not being pessimistic about it, but I'll just try to keep it a buck, you know, and not just quit it halfway through. Anyways, today's long story short, because like I said, I can get a bit off topic sometimes if I'm like overwhelmed by the how do I say, overload of ideas and notions in my head. I'm like, sometimes my tongue does not keep up with my brain, you know. There are a lot of things that I think about that my mind is full of, but physically speaking, I cannot catch up with it. So, yeah, that's about it. Today's episode is about employment or unemployment or anything that has to do with money and the way that you make a living, the way that you make money for yourself. I didn't know what exactly to name the title of the episode because I feel like I can relate to both employment and unemployment, and then at the same time to the hustling of like self-employment and like trying to get things done on your own, trying to have little endeavors here and there. Because I have had experiences where I have dipped my toes in different fields, so I feel like I can speak from experience. Um, Let me just start it off with saying that out of these three circumstances or existences, amongst like being employed, unemployed, and like self-employed, which one is better? In my opinion, for the mental health aspect and also the freedom and independence aspect, self-employment is the best one because you're your own boss. You don't need to ask for permission from anyone else. You don't need to follow like certain deadlines in terms of when to commute to your work, when to leave, when you can leave. I don't know when. Sometimes life happens and like you might get some hurdles in between, like you getting sick or someone else getting sick, or having some other major like unexpected life events that might happen, and like you having to literally fight for your own life in front of your boss and ask for just one day off. I feel like it's such a how do I say, it's really a degrading part of the employment system. Like having to prove that you were sick, that's why you couldn't attend the job, or having to provide the workplace, the HR with the paperwork before you can even heal yourself. Sometimes things happen, like I said, accidentally or unexpectedly, and like you're just, it feels like you're not allowed to be human when you are employed by when you're officially employed by a company. They expect you to display the behaviors of a robot, of a machine. Do not breathe, do not inhale, do not exhale, do not, I don't know, eat properly, do not talk much, do not cause chaos, do not cause confusion, do not ask your questions, and do not ask for the your I don't know, like allowances and stuff. Do not ask for a raise or promotion. You should just get the job done, and they will, how do I say, at the end of the month they will uh, hand over a certain amount of money to you, and then you continue to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't know if it's life. I don't know if life is meant to be lived that way, but it's not fun at all. It's not fun to be waiting for the end of the month until you get your salary, and then pay all the bills and try to get by with whatever that is left off of that list. But on the other hand, on the other side of the spectrum, obviously for every good there's bad, and for every bad there's good as well. If you're employed, you kind of are revered by the society. People think, or people deem you as a respected, as an accountable, grown up and mature, and like providing to the society kind of type, contributing to the society kind of type person. Which might be true or it might not be true. It depends on how you got to the job. It depends on how you got the job. It depends on how you got there. Because, like I said, let's just keep it a buck. Not everyone lives paycheck to paycheck. It depends on your job title, your status, your junior or senior level at your workplace. Because some jobs really do pay remarkably well. But I feel like those jobs are pretty limited, and to getting there is highly competitive, considering the amount of the graduates, the amount of people competing for just a few vacant spaces, vacant places and spots at the certain companies. And then there's the good old unemployment. Like I said, I've been there too. People don't seem to respect the ones who don't have a let's say legal workplace yet. They are like, oh, you're too lazy, you're not ambitious enough, you're not driven enough with passion to get a job, as if it's like a Hunger Games type of thing that you need to forcefully grab, or like, get something. And then there are the psychological and like mental, how do I say, complications that unemployment brings with itself. Like, how do I say, questioning your self-worth, your mental health kind of declining because of your internal and external circumstances, being a bit, how do I say, hopeless about the future because of having a hard time you see, landing a job, uh, and so on and so forth. I feel like being the worst out of these three is hands down for sure being unemployed. I used to be like, no, I used to reject the idea of working at a place where you don't like, or doing a job that you don't like, because more often than not, the circumstances are pretty much more complicated and much more complex than what it seems like. But I feel like any job is better than having no job at all, because you leave the house, you kind of go out there and you socialize, and wait a minute. All right. What was I saying for this? Sorry for the interruption, but um, yeah. Like, you leave the house, you just go outside, you kind of socialize, you meet other people, new people or old people, it doesn't matter, but you kind of get your mind, um, you kind of make your mind snap out of the hopelessness, what pit. It's kind of like a bottomless pit, that if you don't get out of the house, you cannot get yourself out of it. But once you step outside the house, your mind kind of sees that, oh, actually, there are other things that are happening right now aside from you being unemployed, So your mind is occupied by other things, which in return, I feel like is pretty good for your mental health. Yeah, I'm back again. I need to pause the recording session a couple of times because there were some other noises around. But anyways, yeah, like, that's why I would recommend anyone who is like having a hard time deciding to take a job that they don't like, or stay at home for a bit more. I feel like I would take the first one, because trust me, as much of a homebody that as I am, I feel like your house, staying in the house, being in the house isn't really good for you. It can make you go mad, even, heaven forbid. And then there is the new, or it's not even new, throughout the whole civilizations, there were artisans, there were traders, there were a bunch of other work that needed to be done, that were being done by people who were making their own money. Obviously, that, you see, like I said, through the whole civilization, throughout the whole existence of people and humanity, there was never and ever any time when people were 100% completely free. At every I don't know, decade or century, people had to buy, pay taxes, pay the bills, whatever. There was some form of financial codependency, kind of like a chain around their legs that pulled them inwards and not like forward, So the same can be applied to our contemporary life as well. We've got taxes, we've got bills to pay, we've got other expenses that we might not necessarily need, but we have to pay. But at times when some people see that, nothing works out, they kind of want to, they aspire to start their own business, especially nowadays that the entrepreneurship is all over the place. Anything that you click on in terms of the, social media or YouTube or whatever, even the book sections are filled with business ideas, entrepreneurial content. And the thing that I highly disagree is how in those contents it it is made to it is made how do I say, it is cosplayed to feel like make you feel like it's a piece of cake to start a business. I've read some books, I've read some blog posts, listened to podcasts, YouTube channels, YouTube videos, Instagram posts, whatever. I have engaged in countless amounts of, similar kind of content where they have thousands of ideas that you can start a small business. You can, you know, create your own stuff. Um, but they do not include one tiny fact that uh, now that we live in a social media age, in the algorithm age, what determines your success rates has more to do with the algorithm and a bit of luck than how much diligent you are. I know it's a lot easier to kind of sweep things under the rug and like pretend that start this business. I don't know, start small and then you'll grow into something bigger or whatever. I am speaking from experience. I've wait wait a minute. Yeah, like I said, I kind of forgot the point where I was going, but as someone who has had experiences with self-employment and like having some wait yeah, I'm back. Sorry for the inconveniences, because every time that I decide that I'm going to record a podcast episode, there's complete silence in the whole room, in the whole house. And then the moment I press the button to start recording, there are other external noises in the background, the cars honking and stuff like that. The doors being knocked, which is a bummer, but anyways, we're keeping it real in here. Hopefully one day I'll have like a pretty normal studio where I can record and edit and stuff like that. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, you see, I've tried the print on demand thing. I've tried the blog posts, starting your own blog and like writing there. I've tried like a freelance transcription thing, like gigs. I've tried what else? Yeah, fashion designing. Can you imagine? At one point, it's not anymore, but like in the past, I was really into like sketching fashion designs and stuff like that. And was I good at it? I don't know. Maybe I was, but I didn't have the fancy like pencils and like markers and stuff. So it did not matter how much efforts I would put into it. The final product, the final output wasn't that good, but you know. Anyways, I even tried that one. But I tried podcasting starting from last year, but it feels like maybe I'm not good at personal branding, because it is such a thing. You need to be very meticulous and very highly skilled to be able to carry yourself from zero to kind of to the influencer, to the mm, famous and popular influencer level. So whoever that is able to do that, you know, shout out to them. I mean, it is a skill that is needed and like highly demanded these days. But like I said, I tried these all, and let's be to be truthful, none of them landed me anywhere. None of them um got me anywhere. Maybe it has to do with the location that I live. Maybe these gigs and like side jobs are way better for the ones who live um over this overseas and stuff and not in the region that I live. I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm still hustling though. I'm still hustling. Not as aggressively as I used to be. Like